I know what you're thinking. When it comes to a tribute, usually it's actually supposed to be a lot of music with pictures and snippets of the stories and with a little blurb of just how awesome this actor or this person is when it comes to the actual show you're talking about. Well, I lack any knowledge when it comes to technology, so this is all you got. Just me talking to a camera, again. But if you know my channel, then you really should not be surprised. Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and for this video, as it was in the title sequence, we're going to be doing a tribute on the men of Doctor Who. And if enough people are positive or nice about this video, I would really love to do a tribute to the women of Doctor Who. But we'll see what happens with that. You know, I'm a constant work in progress. What can I do? Alright, so guys, also, disclaimer right off the bat, that when it comes to the people behind the production, like Sidney Newman, the creator of the show, and then people like Barry Letts, Hinchcliffe, JNT, John Nathan Turner, you know, Graham Williams, and all other people like in the background who worked on the show, I'm gonna focus on those in another video, just so this video won't go on too long. So I'm mostly gonna focus on the actors who played the characters. And if those were thinking, well, you're not thinking about the writers either, I've done a whole separate set of videos on my channel to the writers of classic Doctor Who. So check that out if you want to know about all of the great writers who worked on the show. There we go. Okay, so now without further ado, we're talking about the men of Doctor Who, and just giving a shout out to the awesomeness of a lot of these male characters, because quite frankly, right now, I think there needs to be some, to be honest with you guys, I think there needs to be a little bit more encouragement. And I'm just here to let you guys know that, hey, those male characters that Doctor Who has produced, there were some great characters. So this video, yeah, is to let you guys know you don't need an upgrade. You're awesome as you are. Also, the idea of that line of, oh, I'm an upgrade. Sorry, you saw the New Year's Day episode. The idea of saying, well, I am an upgrade, that's very Cyberman-like. But okay, those of you guys who have not seen the New Year's episode of Doctor Who, you know, Spyfall, I understand if you haven't. I didn't see all of it either myself. But I'm just giving this, you know, shout out now just to remind you guys, hey, you know what? There were some men in the Doctor Who characters. They were absolutely awesome. So now we've got that all figured out. So let's begin with our tribute. First, we have the first Doctor played by William Hartnell. William Hartnell, okay, first actor to play the Doctor. And what really clinches it for me is the fact that when Verity Lambert mentioned the Doctor to him and started explaining what the Doctor was, he had faith in the character of the Doctor from the very beginning. After Verity explained it to him, she made him fall in love with the character, but he was also willing to be fallen in love with. He believed in the character when other people thought he was daft for believing in the character. And he's very loved at his time. Like, when he was around, he was a big deal as the Doctor, and he's the one that really started it all. And credit has to be given to William Hartnell for that. He's known often for flubbing his lines, but we have to remember that this was a time period where the studio was not given enough times to cut and reshoot things. So the amount of times that an actor will flub a line, and usually they have time to, you know, re-edit it, he was not always given that time. So that has to be taken into consideration. And with, again, William Hartnell, children loved him, and they helped get, you know, children on board with the show as well as adults. He did bring a grace to the to the character, and a dynamic to the character as well. When he was good, he was really good. I blatantly admit, because Bill Hartnell was an interesting character in the sense that he had his good sides, like us humans do, and he had his bad sides, like a lot of us humans do. And I know for a fact he would definitely not have liked individuals like myself, but I'm still going to give him a shout out because he still does deserve it. I'm going to rise above that and just say, hey, you still deserve it anyway. So yes, Bill Hartnell, you're the one who kicked off Doctor Who, and that makes you awesome when it comes to the leading character, or what will become the leading character. But here we get another leading character that deserves a lot of credit, because he is another reason why the show became big, and that is Ian, played by William Russell. Okay, William Russell was amazing as Ian, and Ian is an amazing character. Every now and again I get people who criticize him and say, well, oh, he was a very masculine and macho, and so they don't like him for that because it's like, oh, he's that stereotypical macho guy. You know what? We're in a world now where if a guy's macho and masculine, he gets ridiculed. But if he's not protective, if he's not chivalrous, if he's not this, or this, he gets ridiculed again. So where can we gain here? So now I'm sticking with it. I like that Ian was protective of Ian was protective of Barbara and Susan. I like that he was also very, assertive in that way. And no, he was a great character to me. So Ian, you're awesome. William, you're great. Next guy we got up is Peter Purves as Stephen. Oh, the hunk. Okay, go back and watch The Chase again. Peter was gave a great performance in that. And overall, he was a good companion. He was helpful. He was there for the doctor. And I liked him and Vicky a lot together. There was something about them I found very adorable. Okay, then we're moving on to the next one. We get Michael Craze as Ben. Ben and Polly, I will always say, are the overlooked companions. But Ben, I think now he's getting more love, and Ben, gotta remember, Ben along with Polly, they were the first companions to see the very first regeneration. And that means a lot. And we got a Navy man, so we got a rough and tumble guy who's all into it. And Michael Craze did a very good job playing it, and you also see his love for the character. But then we get to the next incredible person, Patrick Troughton as the Doctor. Okay, William Hartnell has to be attributed for being the guy who started Doctor Who and made Doctor Who popular, but Patrick is the one who kept it going, and he was the one who introduced the idea of, by sheer personality, by sheer of how he and Sydney talked about how he should play it, making sure the Doctor was allowed to have different identities each time instead of just being William Hartnell over and over again, or people trying to be like William Hartnell over and over again. And Patrick was an amazing actor. He brought the cosmic hobo to Doctor Who, but also the idea of the Doctor using comedy to diffuse the horror of a situation. This would be something that would be repeated over and over again. So Patrick, I absolutely love you. You are wonderful. And we're going to be moving on to our next person. Then we get, oh gosh damn, Fraser Hines as Jamie, one of the longest running companions to ever be in Doctor Who. Jamie is awesome. Jamie the Highlander. Oh God. And Frasier, you played him well. Frasier was good with Ben and Polly. Then Frasier was good with Victoria. Then Frasier was good with Zoe. Jamie worked with all of these different sets of companions while also working off of Patrick Troughton's Doctor. Jamie, you are magnificent. Then we go on to Jon Pertwee, the smooth, sultry god of a man. That was Jon Pertwee as the third Doctor. Okay, after the second Doctor's era, Doctor Who was on the verge of being cancelled, but the writers and everybody fought to keep it alive and had the Doctor be earthbound to help save on costs. This added a whole new look to the show, and Jon Pertwee was the perfect guy for this. Because we had these earthbound stories, and something about Jon just had this suave debonair that just really worked. And also, Doctor Who became popular again under his time, and that has to be really attributed to just how something about Jon you just believe in. And Jon was known for being this incredible guy in real life. And it's nice to be known that the guy who's considered incredible in real life is also incredible on the camera. Jon Pertwee, you are incredible, and you can wear a purple suit. Not many men can say that. You are magnificent as the third Doctor, and you were the first actor to play the Doctor for more than 3 years. That also has to be remembered. And you are phenomenal with all your companions. But let's talk about the male companions that often get overlooked in the third Doctor's era. We have Nicholas Courtney as, Brigadier. Yes. Okay, I'm going to be very clear, guys. I have a mad crush on Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Just put out there, everything I'm going to say is coming from pure favoritism. I love the Brigadier. He is absolutely awesome. Again, back to the masculine, manly men. God, Nicholas Courtney, you sexy beast. Then we also have John Levine as Sergeant Benton. And this guy became relatively popular because he was one handsome guy, which he very much was. Then we have Richard Franklin as Yates. And this was also helps represent and fill out the Unit family. And the Unit family was absolutely awesome. I love that time of Doctor Who. I know some people don't like it. It's cool, that's you, but this is where I stand. So, moving on, we get to the next thing. And that is Tom Baker as the fourth Doctor. This man is hailed, he's one of the most iconic doctors in the history of the show. Tom Baker played the Doctor for 7 years, had many companions, and by God, he was the Doctor from the very beginning, and he just played him straight through. It was like the man was born to play the Doctor. Who on earth is Tom Baker? He is the Doctor. He was known for being really interesting behind camera, because God knows he wasn't the easiest person to work with. But Tom Baker admits to that now. He's like, hey, yeah, that's the way it was. What can you do? I can't go back and change it now, but darn it. But you know what? Tom is no fake. And that has to be, he acknowledges what he was. And he's like, he had his good moments, he had his bad moments. But, Tom knows what he was, and I still respect him terribly. Because, by God, he had the greatest era of Doctor Who, and he is by far, even if you don't regard him as the best of doctors, which I do, he is still one of the best. End of story. Then we have Ian Marter as Harry Sullivan. Harry Sullivan, gone too soon. Gone too soon, both in the show and in real life. Ian Marter died at a young age. Ian Marter was the Doctor who was with Sarah Jane Smith in the Fourth Doctor in the Fourth Doctor's first season. Harry Sullivan, you were a beautiful man. End of story. And I think that's the last male companion we have until, unless I'm mistaken, Adric. Adric, played by Matthew Waterhouse, he gets a lot of hate from the fandom. I don't hate Adric the way people do. I see why you don't like him, but no, I'm fine with Adric. And also Adric, he died trying to save the day, and that makes you cry. So here's to you, Adric and Matthew. You did the best you could in a very difficult circumstance, and I'm going to respect you for that. So we get that. The next man we have on the scene, I believe, it is Mark Strickson as Turlough. Okay, here's why. When I look at Turlough, first of all, Mark, you did a fantastic job playing Turlough. But it's Turlough's relationship with the Fifth Doctor that makes me say like, okay, whenever I see Series 1 of New Who and I think of how the Doctor treated Adam, Mickey, and Captain Jack, it's like, okay, look at Turlough. Turlough did worse things than all of those guys, and the Doctor forgave him and gave him a chance to improve, and he did improve. So when I think of how people justify how the Ninth Doctor was to the 3 males in his time, I just don't care. This is why. Because Turlough was imperfect in every way, but he grew under the Fifth Doctor. And that brings us to the Fifth Doctor, played by Peter Davison. You sexy son of a bitch. Peter, okay, you at that point, I think you were the youngest actor to play the Doctor, and credit has to be given to that you were the guy who introduced the idea the Doctor could be a young man, and that really opened the door to a lot of different things. And your era deserves more credit. You deserve more credit as the Doctor. Overall, I really liked your era, and I was perfectly fine with you as the Doctor, so here's to you, Peter Davison, you beautiful man. Then we go on to Colin Baker. Colin Baker, you were the Doctor when I was born. I don't always agree with some of the things you say about the show in general, or about how you disagree with certain people, your fellow, Doctor Who actors, but you were the Doctor when I was born, and you came onto the scene with ferocity and fierceness, and you brought a lot to the role. And you also went back to how it was done with William Hartnell's era, and that has to be, credit has to be given to you for that. I'm sorry for how you unceremoniously were fired. That was not your fault. You deserved better, and I admit to that, Colin. You deserve better. Okay, then we got the next group. We have, I think it's the only Doctor Who. Okay, 6 and 7 Doctors are the only Doctors that have no male companions. Then again, the Brigadier does make an appearance in the 7th Doctor's era, so maybe that does count. Either way, we have Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor. I know some people can't stand the 7th Doctor. I don't know why. I really like him. I've always liked his Doctor, and also, I really think Sylvester McCoy did a good job playing him. I really think he did. I think from the very beginning, the very first moment you see Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor, I don't see Sylvester trying to just copy other actors who play the Doctor. I see Sylvester doing everything. Is my cat in the background? That's my cat in the background. Sorry, guys. But she's beautiful. You gotta admit, she's beautiful. You see, yeah, McCoy did a great job trying to, I thought he didn't just copy previous actors who played the Doctor. I think McCoy really tried to stand on his own. Sylvester, Doctor Who for me, the classic show, ended with a bang, and you helped it get there. Now Doctor Who, the movie. Okay, you've got, Paul McCann as the Doctor for one movie, and then we see him as a short, and then I know he did a lot of audio stuff and all that jazz. Paul Paul McCann, okay, from what I've seen of his doctor, he is really good. He is really good. But again, I have not seen all the audios. I'm sorry, guys. But for those people who have a special place in their heart for Paul McCann's doctor in the audios, here's to you, Paul, for coming back time and time again to do audios the way other actors have done and really flesh out your doctor. I've heard from some people you're a really nice guy, some people you're kind of a dick, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe someone caught you in a bad day. Either way, I reserve judgment, and you, sir, from what I've seen of you, I want to believe you are a very nice man in real life, so I'm going to believe in it until I learn otherwise. But you, sir, great job as the 8th Doctor. And Chan, or that one, male companion, the Asian companion in the movie, great performance, great actor, whoever you are, you did a good job. Don't worry, you were great. And then we got to now New Who. We get Series 1 with the 9th Doctor, now you get it, played by Chris Eccleston. Guys, you know my feelings towards Chris Eccleston. I'm going to push that down for you fans. In fact, that's the main thing I give to the 9th Doctor. You've got excellent fans, because they are devoted to you, even if you do or do not deserve it. Sorry. Your fans are awesome. And Chris Eccleston, you brought, again, ferocity, and you brought a uniqueness to the role of the Doctor. Whether I like the writing or not during your era, people fell in love with you for what they consider a perfectly logical reason. There was something about you that really just launched the show into a new era. You are the Doctor who brought the show, or was the face of bringing the show back. Technically, it was Russell T Davies who brought the show back. I'm just saying that you are the face that successfully launched this new show. And credit has to be given to you for that. And I don't know if the companions during Series 1 count as companions or not, but Mickey. Okay, Mickey gets a bad rap. He really, really does. I didn't like how the Doctor treated Mickey. I didn't like it at all. And the actor did a good job playing Mickey. I just felt like, again, it's a Turlo situation, where the Doctor had taken Mickey on board from the very beginning and helped him learn. I felt like that would have been a much stronger choice for the Doctor than just being just pushing him aside and men suck because they made one mistake, Great message there. And Adam, I know people love how he got cast off, but again, it's like looking at Turlo. And then we get Captain Jack Harkness. Captain Jack, you brought Bai back. Well, then again, Bai was never really here, because you're the first probably actively bisexual character. But you were awesome. Captain Jack, I freaking loved you. You were great. Now we're going to move on to Series 2 of New Who with David Tennant as the Doctor. David, you may not be my favorite Doctor. Your Doctor's not my favorite. But you, David, were awesome. You are a great fan. I adore you. You never missed a beat with your Doctor. You made your Doctor one of the most lovable characters in the history of television. Even if your character was not actually the most lovable person, you made him lovable with your performance. Great job, David Tennant. Now moving on to... Alrighty then, we have... Okay, don't know if Wilfred counts as a companion. He's kind of a one-off person, so I don't know what to do with him. But Wilfred, I love you, man. Even though you were for one episode, you were a full-time companion. Now we're going on to Series 5 of New Who with Matt Smith as the Doctor. I said it before, I say it again. Matt, I freaking adore you. I adore your Doctor. You are what helped me really get into Doctor Who. If it weren't for you, I'm not sure I would have gotten into the show. And I owe everything to you for that. You were phenomenal as the Doctor. I know some people do not agree with me. That's how you feel. That's alright. You were phenomenal to me as a Doctor, and I do miss you sometimes. Then we have Rory Williams, played by Arthur Darvill. And Rory, oh God, Rory, first full-length male companion we got on the TARDIS that was not rejected by the Doctor after a couple episodes. That was refreshing. And Rory, you brought a whole different dynamic to the TARDIS, which is very good for it to be there. The idea of the husband and wife was a new aspect to the show we had not seen yet in New Who. And I liked that it brought a different dynamic. That was unique. And I enjoyed that, so thank you. Here's to you, Rory, and the 11th Doctor. And then we get, though I'm going to put him in here because he technically counts the companion, Strax. I have fun watching you, Strax. I do. Moving on now. Then again, Craig, he might count too. Craig, you're fun too. You are, buddy. Now moving on to Peter Capaldi. Peter, you're... Okay, the 12th Doctor's era. I know some people don't like it, some do. You both are right. The 12th Doctor era is not for everybody, but I damn sure do give credit to Peter Capaldi for bringing the older actor back to the Doctor, and he again attacked her with ferocity, and that was very, very good. Lastly, we got Matt Lucas as Nardole. Nardole, you were fun. You were funny. I know some people hate you, and I get why. But those who love you, it's all good too. And with Graham and Ryan, I haven't seen them in a long time, so I don't really know what they're like. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And you